great partner. The city of Austin has been great to work with, and we're very excited about bringing Google Fiber to Austin. So let me elaborate a little bit on what the technology is. Right now, the average speed of the internet in the United States is 6.7 megabits per second. That's your download speed. Your upload speed is 1 megabit per second. These are the averages. What Google's going to be providing is a gigabit service. So what is a gigabit? A gigabit is 1,000 megabits per second, but it's 1,000 megabit download and 1,000 megabit upload. It's over 100 times faster upload speed than what the average American sees today. So what does that mean? So in the time that it takes you to drive 12 miles, 100 times faster, you'd be 1,200 miles ahead. You can download the entire season of 30 Rock. So there are, I mean, speed matters. One of the questions we always ask is, whose internet has ever been too fast? So we're excited about providing that service, and we're excited about the impact that it's going to have on the community. When we announced it's only going to be, right now it's only available to residents. But by the time that we get to Austin and we start connecting customers here, which we've announced is going to be mid-2014, we are going to have a small business offering. So we're very excited about that possibility. We're very excited about what Austin is going to do with a gigabit connection. Google doesn't have the answers to everything. You might be able to Google the answers to everything. And we're excited to see what is the Austin entrepreneur community going to do with a gigabit connection. How are they going to interact with other gigabit cities like Kansas City? We want to learn from it. In regards to minority communities and communities in general, one of the things that we're really excited about is our commitment with the city of Austin to connect 100 institutions across the city with a free gigabit connection. So the city of Austin is going to give us with 100 institutions that they want to connect, and we're going to go out and connect those institutions to really start getting into the digital divide that exists in our community. We want people to be connected. One of the roles that I think the Chamber can help us play is we've learned that there's really 3 challenges to the digital divide. Number one is cost. So Google's response in Kansas City was that for a $300 connection fee, the residents, the customers, would get a free 7-year broadband connection to the internet. So that's 5 megabits down, 1 megabit up. The other one is hardware. People don't want to deal with computers. They're too complicated. They're too expensive. So we've had a pilot program in Kansas City where for $10 a month, you get a Chromebook, which is our laptops, and at the end of 10 years, you own that Chromebook. I'm sorry, at the end of 2 years. And the third one is, and this is where I think an organization like yourselves can play a huge role, it's relevance. To a lot of people, the internet is not relevant. And we have to overcome that. We have to get individuals to understand that businesses are twice as likely to create jobs if they have an online presence. And getting that message across to our communities is essential. And that's where I think organizations like yourself are going to be key in starting to bridge that digital divide and making sure that we reach out to these communities.
So I have a question for the audience again. I want to know how many people in this room actively, regularly, and intentionally shop at Black-owned businesses, just by way of show of hands, so I can see. So there's certainly a demand, and Carlo just spoke to at least one of the factors, just cost. So then, Tawana, what specific factors or elements do financial institutions look for in trying to gauge whether or not they can go ahead and provide credit or financial resources to a Black-owned business? If they know they have demand, they see a little help getting started, what can they do to kind of put themselves in a position to even get themselves out in the market?
The first step to getting financing, gaining capital, is going to be responsibility. And that was already mentioned earlier today. And responsibility in the way that you're managing your personal finances, responsibility in the way that you're managing your business finances, and also having a relationship. It's really difficult to walk into a financial institution of any kind and say, I want financing when there's no relationship. At all costs, we are not going to say, let's turn it down just because there's no relationship, but that is just a stronger factor for us to determine or base the lending on. We can say that there's a relationship here. We see how major accounts or minor accounts are even being managed on a daily basis. What type of income flow and outcome flow do you have? have? What type of expenses do you have? What balances are you keeping? Because sometimes your credit score may be really strong, but we don't actually know what it is that you're looking at on a daily basis when it comes to your expenses. You're reporting something to us, but can we actually back it up with factual numbers? So maintaining really strong financial statements, maintaining really strong relationships with your bankers or with your financial institution as a whole if you don't have an individual banker. But if you don't, I would encourage everyone to go to your bank and find a person that can mentor you along in getting you credit opportunities presented to you, because anything that is going to offer lending to you should want to help you make yourself successful by coaching you to gain lending. And if they're not doing that, then you might want to find another institution that is going to help you gain the capital that you're looking for.
Heather, please.
I wanted to add a couple of things here, because I think when you talk about technology and we talk about business and we're talking about financing, I think we would also be remiss if we didn't talk about some unconventional ways that businesses are now being financed, and that's through things like crowdfunding, where basically you get a group of your friends together, your peers, people who don't even know you, and using technology online, they are able to contribute to your business. They can make your dream come possible with $5, $10, $100 donation. So that, let's just say you may have been declined for a loan, or maybe you feel like you need to have some traction before you can even walk into the doors of Wells Fargo. You are able to have been financed through crowdfunding. The other is that there's an organization online called Cabbage. Basically, Cabbage will tell you within 7 minutes if you are approved or declined for a loan. And these are the kinds of technologies and tools that are changing the game when it comes to business. And that's why, again, it's so critical to really have a technology piece to your business and to really leverage that with your organization.
So just to chime in, I'm glad now they brought up crowdfunding, because we are in a startup environment here in Austin. And crowdfunding is a popular concept in the Northeast. It's growing. There's another site called blackstartup.com that does just that. It's crowdfunding for different types of businesses, for-profit and non-profit. And I mean, these are options that we need to consider when looking for different types of credit. We talked a little earlier about some of the challenges when it comes to workforce and visibility. And if you are in Austin, Texas, you don't have to just deal with the Austin community. These crowdfunding sites give you the ability to deal with funding opportunities all over the country. So blackstartup.com is Yale-based, but it is focused on black businesses across the country in both sectors, for-profit and non-profit. It's a good option for people to start looking at.